Good evening, student. After completing the detailed structure of plasma membrane, now we are inside the cell and there we will encounter the protoplasm. As we have already said, the protoplasm is the physical basis of life. That means the living substance inside the cell is protoplasm. This protoplasm, by the formation of nuclear membrane, is divided into two compartments. A protoplasm which is present inside the nuclear membrane is called as nucleoplasm, and a protoplasm which is present outside the nuclear membrane but inside the plasma membrane is called as cytoplasm. In this video, we will try to learn about cytoplasm and we will see all the contents which cytoplasm actually accommodate within itself. So let's start with our video lecture. So, after completing the structure and function of plasma membrane, inside the plasma membrane, this is a plasma membrane of cell, and inside this plasma membrane we are encountering a protoplasm. हमको प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के अंदर जो भी लिविंग सब्सटेंस मिलता है उसको हम बोलते हैं प्रोटोप्लाज्म. क्लियर? नाउ दिस प्रोटोप्लाज्म इज डिवाइडेड इनटू टू कंपार्टमेंट बाय द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन. सो दिस इज अ न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन and due to formation of nuclear membrane, this protoplasm which was there inside the plasma membrane is divided into two components. The protoplasm which is present inside the nuclear membrane, here it is called as nucleoplasm, and a protoplasm which is present outside the nuclear membrane but inside the plasma membrane, this protoplasm is called as cytoplasm. This term cytoplasm was given by Starsberg. So Starsberg was the scientist who coined the term cytoplasm. Now this cytoplasm is the main arena for cellular activity. All the cellular activities which takes place inside the cell are actually happening in the cytoplasm. हमने ऐसा कहा कि सेल के अंदर जितनी भी सेलुलर एक्टिविटीज़ होती है वो सारी एक्टिविटी साइटोप्लाज्म में ही होती है. इसीलिए साइटोप्लाज्म इज द मेन अरेना यानी जगह है सेलुलर एक्टिविटी करने की. क्लियर? सो दिस साइटोप्लाज्म इज एक्चुअली अ ट्रांसलूसेंट amorphous homogeneous fluid which is actually the main ground substance of cell. So cytoplasm is a translucent amorphous homogeneous fluid like ground substance which is present inside the cell. Now this cytoplasm will have two main components. Number one, the cytoplasm will have cell organelles, and the second thing the cytoplasm will have are the inclusions. Clear? Now cell organelles and inclusion, if you remove cell organelle and inclusion from this cytoplasm, a cytoplasm is a fluid like thing which will house the cell organelles and the inclusions. If you remove these all things from the cytoplasm, then the liquid which is present inside the cell is called as hyaloplasm. This term was given by Pfeffer. Okay, so cytoplasm minus all the cell organelles and inclusion, then we'll get a hyaloplasm. This cytoplasm is divided into again two parts. The outermost part of the cytoplasm, this part of cytoplasm is thick like a gel, and this part is called as ectoplasm, while the inner part of the cytoplasm here, this part of cytoplasm is comparatively liquid like thing, and it is called as soul or endoplasm. So a cytoplasm will get divided into two parts. The outermost part of cytoplasm is a gel-like thing which is called as ectoplasm, and the inner part of cytoplasm, it is quite liquid type of thing which is called as soul or endoplasm. Now inside these cytoplasms there are so many organelles which are situated, and presence of these organelles will divide this cytoplasm into various compartments. So we say कि the cytoplasm of eukaryotic cell is exclusively compartmentalized due to presence of membrane bound cell organelle. So considering this diagram, here we are having two components of cell. One is nucleus and second is cytoplasm. Now the remaining cytoplasm will again get divided into various compartments. Let's say for example कि this is one compartment due to presence of endoplasmic reticulum. This is another compartment due to presence of mitochondria. This is another component due to presence of Golgi apparatus. This is another component due to presence of lysosome. So there will be extensive compartmentalization of cytoplasm of eukaryotic cell due to presence of membrane bound cell organelle. This cytoplasm performs various activities inside the cell. It will help the cell in various ways. So let's try to see the functions of cytoplasm. So in case of functions of cytoplasm, the main function of cytoplasm is to provide a space for cellular activities. So it will provide place for cellular activities. Specifically, that is cellular metabolism. So all the metabolism which are taking place inside the cell, let's say for example glycolysis which is taking place inside the cytoplasm. So for performing glycolysis, all the enzymes which are necessary for doing the glycolysis will be present in cytoplasm. Cytoplasm will provide the space for glycolysis to take place. So that is, all the types of reaction which are happening inside the cells are actually happening in the cytoplasm. So cytoplasm is the main place. The NCERT has used the word arena for that thing. So it is the main arena for cellular activity. Secondly, cytoplasm will help the cell in pseudopodia formation. Whenever cell wants to engulf something or to reach up to something, the cytoplasm of cell will help the cell in extending the plasma membrane to form a pseudopodia. Let's say for example, if we are looking up to the cell and this is the plasma membrane and the cell want to reach up to this substance. Okay. So up to reaching this substance, there are so many cells which will form pseudopodia, WBCs, amoeba. So what actually happens when the cell develops cytoplasm? We have already speak that this outer cytoplasm is having a gel-like consistency. and a inner cytoplasm is having a fluid like consistency. So if a cell wants to reach up to this substance, what will happen ki this ectoplasm in this region will become a liquid type of thing. That means it will get converted into soul. This gel like substance will get converted into soul like substance, and the soul will move in that particular direction. So by moving out the soul, this plasma membrane will extend like this, and here the gel is now converted. This is the gel part and this is the soul part. Okay, so to maintain that particular shape, again the soul will get converted into gel. So this soul will now again will get converted into gel. Now again the gel will get converted into soul to reach up to that substance. So let's say for example here is the gel and it will get converted into soul, and due to formation of soul, this plasma membrane will move like this. And again, to maintain that particular thing, the soul will get converted into gel. So by interconverting gel into soul and soul into gel, the cytoplasm will actually help the cell in formation of pseudopodia. So this is a gel soul hypothesis which helps us to understand the formation of pseudopodia with the help of cytoplasm. So that is the important function of cytoplasm. So now the next function of cytoplasm is vesicle formation. For doing the process of endocytosis, we form vesicle. We have already learned this thing in a previous video. So for forming the vesicle, the cell will convert the gel-like substance into soul-like substance, and due to formation of soul, suppose this is a gel ectoplasm and it will get converted into soul endoplasm. So here the substance is become liquid. So this plasma membrane will shrink inside due to presence of liquid substance. So it will indent like this, and this will help the cell in formation of vesicle. So due to this indentation is formed due to conversion of gel into soul, and in this way the indentation will deepen down further and ultimately you will form a vesicle. So here the indentation will deepen down further and it will ultimately form a vesicle. So in this way the cytoplasm will also help the cell in the process of endocytosis. Clear for this thing? Then the next function of cytoplasm is transportation of substances inside the cell. In eukaryotic cell, the substance will get transported inside the cell due to the movement of cytoplasm. This is very contradictory to prokaryotic cell, where the cytoplasm of prokaryotic cell will do not move at all. But the eukaryotic cytoplasm will show you the movement, and the movement of cytoplasm in eukaryotic cell is called as cyclosis. Okay, so this is a very important point. The movement of eukaryotic cell is called as cyclosis. This cyclosis will help in the transportation of substances inside the cell. So the cytoplasm will move inside the cell. There are two ways in which the cytoplasm can move inside the cell. Number one, it can show you a rotational movement. This rotational movement will happen in case of plant cell, where due to the presence of large vacuole, This is the vacuole which is present inside the cell, and this is the nucleus. So cytoplasm will move around the vacuole to transport the substances in the cell in a particular direction like this. This rotational movement of cytoplasm is always unidirectional. Do remember this thing. The second type of cyclosis which is present and which is seen in case of animal cell is circulational movement. Circulational movement. In circulation movement, it is a multi-directional movement and which will take place inside the animal cells. So in patches the cytoplasm will move in animal cell. Let's say for example this is an animal cell and some cytoplasm will move in this direction around this particular cell organelle, and some cytoplasm is moving in this direction around this cell organelle. So there will be at multiple places the cytoplasm will move in case of animal cell, and it is a multi-directional movement. But in case of plant cell, the cytoplasm will move in a rotational movement and it is always unidirectional. Do remember this point. So just to revise, we have started with cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the main arena for cellular activity. It is translucent, amorphous, homogeneous fluid which is present inside the plasma membrane and outside the nuclear membrane. The term cytoplasm was given by Strasberg, and the cytoplasm will hold two important things. One, it will hold cell organelle, and second, it will hold the inclusion bodies. If you remove all the cell organelle and inclusion bodies from cytoplasm, then the remaining fluid-like substance is called as haloplasm. This term was given by Pfeffer. Okay. Now the cytoplasm which is present on the outer side of the cell, it is having a gel-like consistency and it is called as ectoplasm. While the cytoplasm which is present on inner side of cell is having a liquid consistency and it is called as sol or endoplasm. This cytoplasm will perform various activities inside the cell. It is the main place for cellular activities. So in the function of cytoplasm, we have mentioned that the place for cellular activity is cytoplasm. The second function of cytoplasm is it will help the cell in pseudoporia formation. In that we have learned about gel-sol hypothesis, and in vesicle formation also the gel-sol hypothesis will help. Then the main function of cytoplasm is the transportation of substances, in which we have seen the movement of cyclosis. Cyclosis is totally absent in case of prokaryotic cell. Cyclosis is absent in prokaryotic cell. So this is also a main difference between the prokaryotic cell cytoplasm and eukaryotic cell cytoplasm. Now coming to the cell organelles inside the cytoplasm, here in cell organelle we are having two different types of cell organelles in cytoplasm. Number one, we can have membrane bound cell organelles, and non-membrane bound cell organelles. In membrane bound cell organelles, we are having nucleus, mitochondria, chloroplast, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosome and vacuoles. So in the next video, we'll start with the membrane bound cell organelle, then we will go for non-membrane bound cell organelle, and next we will go for the cytoskeletal elements which are present inside the cytoplasm. So in next lecture, we'll see the membrane bound cell organelles. Thank you.